taking up arms against you guys, against the Americans?
No, the civilians are all excited, and they've been asking us for tapes of Howard Stern.
You're kidding.
No.
Let me ask you, okay, I think we had a little mistake there in our communication system.
You're kidding me.
What?
The Iraqis want tapes of Howard?
He was going to delve further into that.
Well, from what we understand, our president's going to throw him off the air with the FCC, and so you guys can send him right over there, and he can
Maybe
broadcast.
he can go to work there. He can work live in Iraq.
Yeah. I'm not allowed to work here live, but there I am. All right, what's in the news?
Well, we were talking about the war on terrorism and whether the Bush administration is handling it well or not.
Well, I think we all know the answer to that.
The Treasury Department agency entrusted with blocking the financial resources of terrorists told Congress that at the end of last year, it had just 4 full-time employees dedicated to investigating Osama bin Laden and Saddam Hussein's wealth, while nearly 24 were working on the Cuban embargo violations. So there's 4 people. One of the things you need to do is get the money out of the hands of terrorists. There are 4 whole people working on that.
No news
under
about
this administration.
No news about Jenny McCarthy or anyone?
No, I don't have any Jenny McCarthy news. Here's George W. He says that he understands the significance of his private meeting with the September 11th Commission today, E3.
It'll be a good opportunity for these people to help write a report that hopefully will help future presidents deal with terrorist threats to the country.
You mean John Kerry?
While his administration is saying that the president wants to completely cooperate and do anything for the panel, I understand that the president and the vice president didn't want this commission to be impaneled at all,
right,
and was very reluctant.
Talk about a flip-flop.
To testify or cooperate. Here's Erwin Chemerinsky.
Sorry, Robin.
Who's a law professor at the University of Southern California. He says it's significant that both the president and the vice president will be testifying before the commission today, E4.
Are they going to hold hands when they testify
really,
together?
I think one's going to be on the other's lap.
It's obvious they want to present a unified story in a unified front. But
it would be really bad if they went in separately and had 2 different stories.
It also means that this is the only occasion the September 11th commissioners have to talk to the president and the vice president about what they knew and why they did what they did or didn't do.
And we won't be able to see.
Hey, Dick, what did we know? I'm not sure what we did.
I still don't know anything, Dick.
You could pretty much say, I don't know a goddamn thing that's going on. I'm out on a ranch building a nature pad.
And how are things going in Iraq? The president would like to say that there are a lot of people who want us in Iraq. Anthony Shadid of the Washington Post says it's hard to say if there's a silent majority in Iraq who support the U.S. E5.
There may be a significant segment out there that is supportive of the idea of...
It's just hard to find them.
Of, improving lives, of law and order, of an end to the violence that's racked the country.
They're so crazy over in Iraq. They hate us for freeing them.
They don't like the way it was done.
No, they don't like it.
Over the...
What is it, Sal?
How you doing, Howard?
Hey, brother.
I'm kind of ashamed to say this. I haven't voted in the last 2 elections for the president, but all this religious nonsense going on that he's preaching, it just motivates me to want to go and just vote him out of office and get Kerry in the White House.
Yep, we need a change. It's time for a change. We gave this guy 4 years. Things aren't going all that great.
I don't understand. Well, the Easter Bunny came to me in my sleep last night and told me to vote for Kerry.
Well, that's the point.
Thank you.
And and you know what? You got to register to vote. I know it's a pain in the ass, but it takes 2 seconds. Do it.
Oh, I'm registered. I mean, I'm 33. That's why I said I'm ashamed that I haven't voted. But it's just, it motivates me to go vote and get him out of office.
We voted in a president. Actually, we didn't vote him in. We actually didn't.
Florida.
Right, he didn't really get voted in.
But we have a president and not a pope. We seem to have a pope now. But
exactly.
But thanks for the call.
Scott Peterson of the Christian Science Monitor, he disagrees with President Bush that things are returning to normal in Fallujah, F1.
I'd say it's not stabilizing, and I think that most of the U.S. Marine commanders here probably believe the same thing.
So we're not even getting... In fact, somebody said today that when the troops see reports from CNN and the other outlets here in the United States, they wonder what war they're talking about there. It's so sanitized. The president would have you believe that everybody loves us, and there's just a few rabble-rousers, a few meatheads who are making things bad.
We're not being leveled with on every step, going back to this guy's military service all the way on through to how he came up with his energy policy. Him and Cheney won't answer any questions. We're not being leveled with. It's got to make you upset. You know, what is this stem cell research thing? There's a little girl, 8 years old, I just read in the paper, died of cancer 2 days ago. They say she could have been helped by stem cell research.
Well, the president's opinions on stem cell research go back to his religious beliefs.
Ah, yes, because he speaks to Jesus. Not even Billy Graham can get through to this guy. We got to take a break. We'll be back right after these. Love that.
Yeah. They're not even going to say
Well,
anything.
now we know we can read that on the air. I was talking to Tom about it.
And what did he say?
He's going to check into whether or not that letter Janks read was the right letter, and then we're going to read it.
All right.
I'll play it.
Let's see.
By the way, I should mention Fox News. That was that piece I ran earlier this morning from Fox News where they had on Michael Harrison who spoke about me.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're very proud of the fact that they had Michael Harrison on. It should prove to me that they're equally balanced.
What do they call it?
Fair and balanced.
Fair and balanced.
But of course, you heard the interviewer who couldn't have been less enthusiastic.
Hasn't the FCC just not been doing its job?
I mean, yeah, they had a guy on who defended me, but the host of the show, the so-called newscaster, sounds like she's ready to rip my frigging head off. You know. Anyway, what's in the news?
Frank Lautenberg, who is a senator from New Jersey, came to the defense of John Kerry yesterday. He's being attacked, of course, by the Bush administration for his war record and whether he threw medals away. Lautenberg says that the president and the vice president are what you would call chicken hawks. And they're very, pro-war, but yet they didn't serve.
They're all for fighting, but not themselves doing it. You doing it for them.
Here's Frank Lautenberg.
They're good at that.
Cart one. It's in a cart.
Oh.
There.
I didn't fight in the Vietnam War, but you know what? I didn't support it.
Hey, that guy threw his medals away.
Okay. Who you got here? Lautenberg?
Yeah.
This could take a while. I don't know where you put it.
Uh-oh. Scott brought him over there. Where did he put
All right, I got it. I'd be interested to hear this.
Chicken hawks. They shriek like a hawk. They have the backbone of a chicken.
Right.
He's calling on those who fought in wars to stand up for the Democratic presidential hopeful. Cart 2.
I find it offensive, and I hope every American, I hope every veteran
I do.
will say, no. You can't talk like that. Pretend that this man is soft on defense. He put his neck on the line.
Well, the Republicans tried to do that to a guy named Max Cleland. Is that his name, Cleland? Yeah.
I think so, yes.
He lost 3 limbs in Vietnam, 2 legs, an arm. Mm-hmm. And they smeared him so good in his local, I think he ran for Senate, they made him into a chicken. They're good at doing it, but I'm not going to let them get away with it.
Let's not let it happen this time.
No. It's not going to happen this time. We're not going to let it happen. Doug, you're on the air.
Well, hey, Howard, how are you?
Hey.
Hey, you know what? I've been trying to call you for 10 years, and I finally got on. You just brought up what I wanted to say. Last night I saw that Fox piece about you, and the guy did really stick up for you big.
Yes, he did. Michael Harrison.
And he said that someday you may want to change your format and become the left-wing voice of America.
I am not a left-wing anything. I have supported Republican candidates. I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. I'm against a president who screeches about Jesus all day, doesn't consult anyone, doesn't show up for work, and doesn't support abortion rights and stem cell research.
Exactly.
And
is raping the
land and the air and the sky and I mean, God knows, can't answer a frigging question on his own. He has to go hold the vice president's hand. I've never seen anything like this in my life. Anyway, yes, Robin, go ahead, please.
There is a rapist in town, Howard, and he's a cab driver. Can you imagine this?
You get in the cab and
you
you
hail a cab.
Yeah, I always get creeped out by these cabs. How do you know the guys,
This was very, very frightening to me. Cops are hunting for a yellow cab driver who sexually assaulted a female passenger yesterday. The predator picked up the 24-year-old woman at 51st and 2nd Avenue. This was on April 21st. Drove her to Ingram Street and 70th Avenue in Forest Hills, Queens. Pulled the cab over, then jumped into the back and sexually assaulted her. Police said, they put out a description, and surely he'll be easy to find. He's a Pakistani or an Indian.
Excuse me, please get into position for me to rape you.
Yes.
And he's slim with black hair. Now,
I am slim with black hair, which is much better than a lot of these other fat Pakistanis to pick you up.
Does he have P.O., Robin? Because if that's true, I know
the guy. You know the guy.
Yeah. You're very pretty. Would you like a dot?
He's in his 30s, 5 foot 7 inches tall, maybe 135 pounds. So if you see that guy, call 1-800-577-TIPS.
Yeah, that sounds like a very unique description.
You're on the meter. Get naked, bitch.
Yes.
Yeah, they should apprehend him this afternoon sometime.
Pet my cobra. Tim, you're on the air.
Hey now.
Hey now.
I'm calling Q1043, New York radio station, classic rock. Every time they play The Who are you? Every single time there's a line in the song that says, who the F are you?
Right.
And every single time they play it.
All right. Jason, can you please have Webmaster put that as an example up on the website, and people say, what can we do to help you, Howard? Please write a letter to the FCC commenting on that, and let's see what they do. We need them to start finding The Who.
I've never heard them ever.
I need to get as many stations as find as possible so they will all wake up and join the fight with us. Right now, I'm being singled out so everyone thinks they're safe. So it's Q1043 in New York. Say you heard the F word on there several times when they play The Who, and you're complaining, you're voicing your complaint, you were offended, there were children in the car, they turned into mass murderers after they heard the song, and describe to them the horrors that occurred in your life when you heard The Who say, who the F are you?
You had trouble explaining that to your child.
What else is in the news, Robin?
Kobe Bryant was in court yesterday. Well, he was in court all morning and then on the basketball court later that evening.
Hey, admire a man who can just sort of turn it on and turn it off.
Quite frankly, he was brilliant last night.
Hey, he must have been pissed.
And he says after winning and getting the Houston Rockets out of the playoffs that he had a long day, but he was ready to play. He won.
When I get down to basketball court, it's just something energizes me about the game. It's fun to play, and I was hoping we could jump out to an early lead and kind of coast a little bit, but they jumped on us early, so because of the circumstances, you kind of force yourself to pick up your energy, pick up the pace a little bit, and that's what happened tonight.
So he's going to force himself on a woman.
Let's hope he doesn't drop any bombshells like that.
I'm going to go out and force myself on a woman. I'm so happy.
I jumped on her.
Oh, yeah, ow, 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 oh, stop, I can't breathe, stop.
No matter what he's going through, it's not hurting his game. Jason Williams, meanwhile, the jury has that case, and they asked for several readbacks.
He can't figure out what's going on.
Yesterday. I was shocked. I had never heard this before. Now there's some testimony that he ripped off his bloody clothing and jumped into the pool and went for a swim.
I'm going to go swim. Kobe likes to play ball. I like to swim.
But the man's lying on his floor bleeding.
Yeah, but he was hot and tired from his ordeal.
Take care of this. I got to freshen up.
This guy's going to be dead in a few minutes, man. I got to live.
I'm going to swim in my pool.
I'm kind of insensitive.
So, I don't know what the jury can't believe probably what they're reading.
I would find him innocent on the fact that I can't even believe the truth.
That's incredible. There is
and by the way, there's a black man who can swim. For all you racists out there who say black guys can't swim.
Thank you.
They'll point out he's half white.
Normally, all right. Normally I can't swim, but after shooting a guy,
I learned how to swim.
I figured it out.
I'm telling you, the blacks can only swim if they shoot a guy.
There is a strain.
They can only swim after murder, the blacks.
There's a resistant strain of gonorrhea out there.
Tell me about it. Artie just gave it to me.
Yeah.
Dr. Jonathan Fielding, the Director of Public Health for Los Angeles County, says it's important to keep abreast of the trends and recommend what is effective, F3.
Whenever you have, but I do think that we have to be concerned that the level of investment in new antibiotics has not kept pace with the level of investment in other kinds of drugs.
And the antibiotic-resistant gonorrhea is growing, F2.
Whenever you have a bug that mutates in a way that permits it to foil an antibiotic, that bug is favored and tends to...
Benji, you're a mutating bug.
Mutating gonorrhea bug.
And you are favored.
Oh, yeah. Ow, stop.
Benji, I'm kidding you. You know that.
What about?
Oh.
It's a bit.
Anyway, be careful out there. Wear your condoms because you don't want to get that gonorrhea. They can't get rid of it.
Where's me rubbers? Arr.
There was a chef up in Connecticut who was killed, and they think he might have been killed in his restaurant.
Wow.
Yes, the restaurant is now closed. I think it was called Gusto's, yes, in Danbury, Connecticut. They say the chef was cut into 7 pieces after being shot.
Damn.
And they took the meat cutter out of the restaurant the other day. They think his own meat cutter was used to dismember his body.
That sounds like an angry crime.
Yeah,
crime that sends a message.
People are saying he didn't know he had enemies like that, but apparently he did. They're still investigating. They don't know why or who might have done this to the guy. American Idol is in the news because people thought last week's vote was racist. In fact, that's what Elton John said. Here's Simon Cowell, one of the judges, who said this about Elton's comments.
My gut feeling is that the girl who got kicked out last week wasn't the American Idol. I don't think she was the best singer.
That's how Simon felt about it. He says that, he thinks that Elton John's statements were wrong, but he does compliment John.
Elton, over the years, I mean, it's great that he's watching the show and he takes such an interest. I mean, he's said some horrible things about me, but, he's passionate. Supports artists. He's supporting the show in his own way by speaking publicly about it.
So there, he appreciates the support. And while John Ashcroft is trying to clean up the country, there seems to be a new move afoot to start an adult satellite channel.
Yeah, why not?
Well, I thought this was being forced on America. Seems that America's rabid.
Or John Ashcroft thinks porn is being forced on us, being rammed down our throats.
It looks like all America wants.
Yeah, I love how we vote like we don't have a private life. Where are all the people who are into porn? Don't tell me you don't want John Ashcroft out of that administration. I mean, that's got to be fairly important to you that the guy wants to take away your porn.
I said, this is one of those things where it's hard for a guy to stand up and say, don't take my porn, because most people are embarrassed.
$7 billion a year is spent on porn. $6 billion of that by AA, and the other rest of us are a whole billion. So someone's buying it.
Spent $6 billion.
I spent $6 billion. My father's pizza place.
But it's very hard to put a march together.
I took the lottery money my mother got, and I went out and bought,
$4.8 billion worth of porn. Should last me a month.
And what can't you be if you're going to be in the mob?
Rebecca Romijn Stamos.
No.
You can't be a gay.
Yeah, did you see that?
No gays.
It is an unwritten rule in the mob that if you're gay, you die.
No, it's a written rule, actually. I've seen the book.
That's what kept me out.
Yeah, they were this guy who's a turncoat. He's now, I guess, testifying for the government in some mob trial.
I'm a gay.
He told the hushed courtroom yesterday about how he knocked off a guy, bumped him off, because he heard rumors
that he was a gay.
That he was gay. There was a story around that he went to a swingers club and did something to another guy.
Oh, you're a gay.
Desgraciado.
So there you go. He had him put to death.
This guy was a mensa fanuk.
So If you're gay, don't try to join the mob.
Right.
Rebecca Romijn Stamos is with us today. She's in Guts, that new Robert De Niro, Greg
Actually, that was my joke.
Movie.
Actually, that was my joke.
What?
That's Rebecca.
Oh.
Actually, that was my joke.
Okay.
Actually, that was my joke. Is that, you know.
This is the actress joking about the realiens and their claim that they've cloned a human being.
Actually, that was my joke, is that, you know, we started off making a movie that we considered sci-fi, and then the Realians claimed that they had actually done this, and we were like, is it still sci-fi or just sci? Without the fi. I don't know.
That's her joke.
George the guy likes it.
Here she talks about some of the potential physical complications of cloning.
They say that if...
Oh, she knows about cloning?
She's a scientist now.
They could really do it, even the...
Rebecca Romijn Einstein.
Looks wouldn't necessarily be physically you wouldn't necessarily be the same. You wouldn't look the same.
All right, whatever.
And here she says there are potential medical benefits to cloning.
You know, in the right hands and used for the right purposes, it could be good. And we met a
We
doctor.
could clone you. Each one of us could have one of you at home. I mean, tell you, there is
that would be a good medical use.
You're damn right.
Doctor who, while we were working on this movie, who is working on cloning organs and is pretty close.
All right, whatever.
Okay. This is, I guess, one of the last episodes of Friends. I guess I got
good.
Second to last. They've been horrible.
2 more weeks of this torture.
I'll tell you, MASH was like 100 million viewers for the last episode. I don't think Friends will have that.
They've worn us out, I think.
Yeah, I think they've just beaten us down.
Here's Jennifer Anniston giving her initial thoughts about working on the show. B3.
I'm nervous. I'm excited. You don't know. It's kind of...
She might be the number 1 reason I'm sick of that show.
Could be anything. Could end tomorrow. It could go on forever.
She's just annoying. Annoying.
To the third power.
Yeah, annoying cubed.
Jennifer, of course, is on the top of the list of People Magazine's 50 Most Beautiful People, along with her husband. So the 2 most beautiful people in the world are married to each other.
Wow.
That's the way it should be.
Here's Courtney Cox discussing the importance of the cast getting along.
You little bitch.
Oh, yeah, it made a big difference to like everybody, for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
The last episode, all the black actors that never could work on that show because there's no blacks in Manhattan, apparently.
Not around that coffee shop.
They break into the apartment and they kill the cast of Friends.
Absolutely. And Jim Burrows makes us so, he keeps telling us how important this is because he did Cheers and he's directing this. And he really wants us to socialize after work, just get this relationship because he said everyone...
No, who cares?
Oh, boy. And here's Lisa Kudrow.
They have to hang out together in order
The
to...
freedom the actors have in trying new things.
The really great thing about
In the last episode, Courtney Cox gets raped by a cab driver. Get in the back.
Yes.
show. And
tell your husband to stop goofing around.
Jim Burrows is that.
That annoying David Arquette.
Oh, stop. I can't breathe.
We're so free to pitch lines and anything we feel like doing, if it's not great.
Because the writers don't know what to do with you.
And on Will and Grace tonight, Jennifer Lopez
that's
makes
important.
a guest appearance.
I want to see that.
She got a strap on?
Here's Eric McCormick commenting on J-Lo's role.
Yeah.
She is playing the role of Jennifer Lopez. A lot of people auditioned for it. I wanted to crack. I thought it was unfair that
He's funny, too.
This is his joke.
Anything else?
That's what's happening.
Special guest on Will and Grace, Jennifer Lopez and her enormous ass.
There are two guests.
Tonight's episode, Jennifer's ass gets a job.
While Jennifer sits at home. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Oh, by the way, if you are siblings and you would like a special date with porn star Tabitha Stevens, please call 1-800-44-STERN.
You mean a brother and a sister?
Or
two sisters?
Or
two brothers.
Right.
Oh.
Two brothers on a special date with Tabitha Stevens. Tabitha Stevens, by the way. Hey, thanks to Kyle Maynard, kmaynard.com. Check him out. Guy, no arms, no legs, true inspiration. Great guy. Jenny McCarthy, great guy, too. Her book, Belly Laughs, is available in stores now.
She wasn't nearly as inspirational, but get her book anyway.
Depends who you are.
She had arms and legs, that's for sure.
And we'll see you tomorrow.